Hello, my name is Craig Otto. Today I'm going to talk about value stream mapping. In some of the past videos you may have seen, I talked a lot about the 8 waste and also Kaizen or rapid improvement events. And basically, we talk about identifying waste and eliminating it, but we never really talk about how do you specifically do that. And that's what I want to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about value stream mapping, which is normally the first step in any process that you want to map out to find and identify waste. Basically, it's an actual visual document, or a lot of times you'll put it up on a whiteboard or even like a big sheet of butcher block paper, so that it's nice and big and visual so everyone can see it. But you map out the process, the material, the information, all of that's mapped out. First, you'll go through, how it is today, current state or present state, and you'll basically use that to identify all the different issues and wastes within the process. Then from there, what you'll do is you'll create a future state diagram based on all the changes that you want to make. So that's basically how it works. You can see down at the bottom, it's just sort of a step-by-step approach, where you document the present state, identify and eliminate the non-value added or basically the waste, and then develop your future state map, and then document the action plan and implement the action plan. Now, the actual implementation, that's your Kaizen events. So really, you don't really do anything physical to the process until you get to the Kaizen or rapid improvement events. So the value stream mapping is just a way of getting a plan together, documenting that plan, and then the Kaizen events are actually where the improvement takes place. It's where you execute the plan. Okay? Here's just an example of a current state map. Basically, across the bottom, you see the actual process, and then above is the information process. So you can see MRP at the center. That's your information flow. It sends down signals to all the different processes below. You have your start, which is on the left, where the supplier ships the parts. The triangles stand for the inventory between each of the steps. You can see there's inventory between those, and then the shipping's at the back end. It tells you how many we're shipping and whatnot. Now, the stair step down at the very bottom in the red, the bottom stair represents processing time. In other words, time that it takes to actually transform or actually create value. So each step below adds up to a total processing time. So you can see in this case, there's a little over 3 minutes, 188 seconds of processing time. And if you look at how long the parts are in that process, though, what we call the lead time, 23.6 days. And what causes that is the amount of inventory between each one of them. If you remember, inventory is waste. And that's why it's waste, because we have all that money tied up in product that's not even being used, not even being sent to the customer. It's stuck inside the process. So that's why it's good to map out, because you can see to create value, it doesn't take that much time, but the non-value added has quite a bit of time in there and quite a bit of money being hung up. So when you go to a future state, one of the things you'll try to do is basically reduce that inventory. So that's why you can see a lot of the red crossed out over the inventory triangles. What they're looking at doing there is basically creating cellular flow from the weld cells to the assembly cells. And what that does is it eliminates the work in process between all of those. Basically, it just floats from one operation to the next. There is no inventory. And then that allows them to reduce some of their information time. They build the cell on takt time. You can see where they have their available time divided by their customer demand to get their 60-second takt time. So, all of that is improvements, and ultimately will lead to reduced inventory, reduced cost, and better flow for the process, better lead time for the process. So that's an example of value stream mapping. And a very powerful tool. Again, though, what you're doing is using it to plan. The actual improvement won't take place until the execution part, which is the rapid improvement events, or also known as the Kaizen. Okay, thank you very much.